So my name is Aicheng. I'm an engineer in a startup. I'm having like more than 10 years of engineer life, and I was working for some big enterprise, and also I'm now in a startup for 300 engineers. So now I'm mainly working for API gateway for our company. So this is the reason I got a chance to know the Cosmos and GraphQL Go tools, which built by the open source community, which is super cool. Yeah, I think using open source software is super important for engineers and for our company. Like we are trying to introduce the federated GraphQL, we will exploring multiple options. And I think the Cosmos and GraphQL Go tools catches our eyes for the community is super kind of supportive and active. There are some other open source software which works claim it works as expected, but they are not super active. So I think this is super important for us. And for our organization, since we are still a startup, so we have to kind of balance between the support and our feasibility and the budget. Yeah, so for our company and organization, like 90% of the requests are GraphQL. So the company and the business are expanding dramatically and even faster than we expected. So the schema of the size of the schema, the number of data loaders, data fetchers, and the underlying services are increasing dramatically, which causes multiple problems. Like even passing a schema takes time, and we don't have a clear separation of concerns. We don't have clear responsibilities for each GraphQL queries. And it's super hard for us to deploy changes and find the right person when we are in an incident or outage. So we are deciding to move to the federated GraphQL world. And then the Cosmos router comes to our plate, and we spend some time designing and trying to come up with a migration and mitigation plan. And we talked with the open source community and asked a bunch of questions. And I think most of the concerns and questions are get addressed. And we are in the progress moving to the fantastic federated world. Another good thing for the software is the code is super easy to read. We are implementing some customized logic. For example, we are doing some percentage rollout where we are migrating the query from one monorepo to the federated world. And it works perfectly fine because the way the Cosmos router is writing is super kind of following the engineer best practice. So yeah, that's another good thing for using open source and Cosmos. The code standard is pretty high, and we are really happy with that. Yeah, I think the performance comes into several perspectives from our side. One is definitely moving to federated Cosmos router gives us the development velocity. So previously we spent probably 1 day for a simple schema change because everything is coupled together. So after migrating to the Cosmo router, it takes several hours for us making the change, which is a good thing for us in terms of development velocity. In terms of the request velocity, we are also seeing some improvement. So the query planning time is definitely smaller than the Java one. So the P90 planning time decreased from 100 milliseconds to 50 milliseconds. Another thing is since we are splitting the schema into multiple subgraphs, which causes the decrease of time for the schema passing and the schema validation. So this is a good thing for us since originally our super graph, the size of our graph is about almost 10 megabytes, and splitting them into several smaller parts gives us another 200 milliseconds of latency reduction, which is kind of unexpected, but it's a good thing. I definitely recommend using Cosmo or GraphQL Go tools for the organization who is looking at for the federation. If you are seeing dramatic increasing number of schemas and some concerns like what we are suffering, so you can use it. And I think another thing I would like to suggest is if you are trying to build a GraphQL API or services, probably you should think of using federation at the start point.